Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel on YouTube. Uh, Last night the Knicks, obviously the bigger story was the Timberwolves kind of wrecking the Nuggets, treating them like almost like a JV team, as a varsity team. All the comparisons, all the, you know, Team USA against like Puerto Rico or something, with Kobe and LeBron basically, locking up the wings and D Wade and, Dwight Howard and Chris Bosh and that, that type of squad in 2008. But I still want to talk about the Knicks because I feel like their win, obviously, the game was a lot closer. Um, and although the Knicks are the favorites, they still obviously have to go out there and make plays and still, continue to win in clutch situations, which they did a lot in that Philly series. Obviously winning a lot of close games in that series, probably stealing ones that they should have lost or could have lost. Turning those games into wins and maybe even turning one of those wins into losses. But that's how it evened out in that series. But in this series, obviously they're missing Randall. Halliburton is not really 100%, but it still took a team effort. Still took all, their main guys, OG, Brunson, DiVincenzo, Hart, Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, even Precious Achua got some minutes today. But as usual, Josh Hart played 48 minutes. Brunson was 44, DiVincenzo was 44, Anunoby was 42, and McBride and Robinson were the only guys off the bench that got significant minutes with 12 and 11 minutes respectively. But the main story is obviously Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby, and just like the way the guys have stepped up on the perimeter, especially shooting threes, driving to the rim when they need to, even blowing past. I remember DiVincenzo had a big layup getting past Joel Embiid. Even in this series and in the last series, Josh Hart getting rebounds, offensive rebounds, of course. That's kind of like probably one of the main reasons they continue to win and they keep finding ways to win, as is the title of the video. But I just want to take a look at some of the plays in the fourth quarter where they scored 39 points, kind of after struggling in the second quarter, only scoring 22. So this was obviously the most efficient quarter of the game in game one. So I just want to take a look at some of their offensive plays. Right away, you have Deuce McBride. He gets it to OG, and then you see OG already kind of backing up to the three-point line. His confidence has been, sky high in the playoffs. He's, willing to shoot it at all times, especially that three-pointer. You always see him in the corners, but this time he takes a wing three and knocks it down. McBride just gives them that kind of that threat. You even saw it in the Philly series in Game 6 where he can come off a screen and hit a three. So if the defender's giving them space, if they're kind of in a drop coverage. But obviously Brunson's back in. Like I said, he played 44 minutes, so he's gonna make plays. This time he just gets to the rim, even though he misses this floater. You see Mitchell Robinson getting the offensive rebound, Josh Hart pushing it, getting the dunk, and you always see him, even though he's not even in the best situation. I feel like he just reacts the quickest. He's asking for the ball, and he sees the lane is pretty empty. Siakam's outside. Isaiah Jackson, who's playing center right now, has to come to Mitchell Robinson, maybe help out a little bit. But he just skirts right past him and gets to the dunk. Obviously, Hart's kind of whole career has been on hustle plays, energy plays, offensive rebounds, fast breaks, transitions, just running with the ball. Here he goes again. And then DiVincenzo pretty much turning into Klay Thompson in the playoffs, like 2016 Klay. It's kind of crazy, but that's how the Knicks keep continuing to win. And he's shooting great. He was shooting like he was one of the best 3-point shooters in the regular season. So he's going to continue to shoot it. And look how far he's spacing out. You'll see a lot of these types of situations where he's one pass away from Brunson, but he's standing like all the way almost in the back of the wing, almost near the sideline. But Brunson uses that to his advantage. Halliburton's not really able to help out. He crosses over actually to his right, to his right hand. And then as soon as he gets past him, you see a lot of these situations as well where the defender gets on his back. He's in the 2-on-1 situation at the rim. He can get the floater. He can throw the lob. He can even, throw it out to OG or Josh Hart if he sees one of these guys, pinch in. But this time he just takes the floater and I think he gets goaltending. And of course, Brunson has been on a heater, 4 straight 40-plus playoff games, 40-point playoff games. So he's playing like almost like Michael Jordan, like with these scoring averages, and I think he's the highest points per game average right now in the playoffs as well. It's probably between him and Anthony Edwards. This time they run a handoff from OG to Brunson, so he's comfortable, getting that pick. He comes off the screen, gets to his spot, hits the mid-range shot. And he was pretty efficient today. He hasn't always been like super efficient. He's shooting around like I think 40% in the playoffs, but today or last night he shot almost more than 50% because of 14 for 26, 43 points, and had a bunch of free throws as well, 14 for 14 from the free throw line. So super efficient night for him, and he took advantage of what the defense was giving him. Obviously right here, DiVincenzo is going to set the play this time, set the screen this time. Halliburton doesn't even. I'm not sure if he's waiting, but he doesn't want to switch. So as soon as he gets back, Brunson's gonna have a clear open lane right here, and he gets all the way to the rim and gets a shot off the glass to go over Miles Turner as well. Miles Turner was a little late on that. Hartenstein has obviously upped his game as well, with Mitchell Robinson being somewhat unhealthy. And, this is Josh Hart, basically, in a nutshell. Just gets into the teeth of the defense. Somehow gets the layups to go. Somehow, some way, the Knicks, they just keep finding winning plays, players that keep winning, making winning plays. So he gets this and one, contorts his body. And you even see he misses the and one he misses the free throw for the and one. But Hartenstein basically occupies like almost two people. OG is occupying Siakam, I guess. So nobody boxes out the shooter. Josh Hart comes in, gets his own rebound, gets his putback layup. That's like a 4-point possession right there to tie the game. And even though they go back down by 5 with just about 4 minutes left, they still continue to grind. They still continue to, make big shots. Especially Brunson right here. He's just going to pull up right here on Nembhard. I don't know if they switched that matchup. I don't know. They don't really have a good guard defender. Maybe obviously they traded away Bruce Brown to in that Siakam trade, so they don't really have a good guard defender. Nembhard, I guess, is their best option. Maybe they throw Shepherd on him. Maybe throw Halliburton on him. Just tell him to dig in a little bit. But with his, I don't know if it's his ankle or I forget it was his ankle or hamstring, but. He just can't probably play good enough defense. He's not really known as a good defender anyways. This time on the steal, Halliburton tries to sneak in that pocket pass, and OG's on the break for a dunk. And you see that they took the lead. They're basically on a 7-0 run. This time another Brunson just getting to his spot, ISO. This time looks like DiVincenzo's kind of at the dunker spot, but he's kind of going to space out as well. He kind of goes up right at this time, so there's no defender right here to help on this spot right here. Obviously, Turner's going to protect the paint as well. So Brunson just 1-on-1, and he's elevating with pretty much no hand in his face barely until it's too late. And they got a 4-point lead just like that. Now they actually lost the lead by 2. Brunson's going to continue to cook. That's just a tough move. Once again, their spacing is not even that great, but they're just letting Brunson use this whole middle of the floor between the slots, I guess. Neesmith could help, I guess, because of Hart. You kind of trust Halliburton just to... But like Hart, he's making winning plays. He's made that clutch 3 at the end of Game 6 against Philly. So I guess you got to stay a little bit, attached to him. Neesmith actually gets lost, but doesn't matter because, like I said, the spacing is not even that great. So Brunson just has to turn around, hits the jumper. He's been automatic in the mid-range. That was his bread and butter, even coming from college, even in Dallas. And once again, this is what I was talking about before, that DiVincenzo, just look how far he's spacing out. He's almost out of bounds. He's almost like, with the crowd. But like I said, basically Klay Thompson right now knocks down the clutch 3, 40 seconds left, put them up by 3. And then I know that that a few, whistles go their way as well. And, that stat, 21 points in the second half. Just some clutch plays by Hart, DiVincenzo, OG, and of course Brunson. And, DiVincenzo was the second leading scorer, actually. Well, even Hart had 24 points. DiVincenzo had 25. But, the volume that he's shooting the threes, just makes a big difference. DiVincenzo's 5 for 9 from 3 and 10 for 17 overall. So the Knicks are obviously the favorite in this series, but they just keep finding ways to win. Whether I think they got outscored by like 35 off the bench in terms of bench points. So, even with that going against them, their starters are playing like 45 minutes. Brunson's on a heater. We'll see how long it lasts, but I do expect them to get through this series, just because Indiana's Halliburton, he only had like 6 or 7 points today, and he doesn't look 100% either. So I do think they'll get past this Pacers team, and I don't know, it's kind of similar to Miami, and just like they're doing all the little things. They're getting offensive rebounds. They're running in fast when they're running in transition when they can. Generating open looks from 3. Obviously getting hot from 3 as well. Miami did it last year, so I don't know. Maybe New York can do it this year and maybe get to the finals. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.